because you're new, I'm just going to put it all on you. They get to see it happen for the first time. So we talked about, this, we talked about all the different things, then we talked about if you pulled his weapon out and for some reason I had gained it, or it's just bad. No, it's hard to gain. If he's putting pressure, so it's hard for me, that's a shot, right? Everybody gets that. But it happened, right? So you're in this position. If he were to turn back into me, he can wrap it. So if you turn back into me, you can go that way or you can go underneath. Everybody understood? Because right now, stay there. I'm not getting that weapon the same thing and I'm actually turning it towards me by trying to pull it. So as I pull it, he knows to move. He can actually recover his guard because I pulled on it, kick, and go back to his platform, which is what you're going to work right now. So the guy's passing as you pull the weapon out, and it's that middle ground that nobody likes. And this isn't first level. This is something you teach way down the line to somebody, right? But if I'm in here and I grab that weapon, he's got choices. He can fold his arm over, which I showed you before, and then start. See his elbow here is when he turns and starts the gator roll is what starts to strip it. He can regain his platform and shoot. Fine, that's going to retain the weapon that much longer for you to get back to your shooting platform to shoot. So again, initially, he'll go ahead and wrap it underneath. And if he has to, he's sharking it here. And that's going to strip it enough for him to kick and get back to a platform to shoot from, or like we were talking, just shoot from the side. Not a problem, right? Other thing that will happen is, as I grab it, he's going to fold over it. As he folds over it, the initial, that's one way of doing it. See, he's tight, or if he's on this side. If he's on this side, when he sharks, he's clearing the wrist. Make sense? Either way. If he gator rolled, which is you did early, over top, and he gator rolled that way, look what's happening to my wrist. Good. If he goes the other way, go. Those are things that happen incidentally once you start pressure testing. So when I showed you today without the duty belt and just the gun, it's playful. It's just body mechanics. It's guard without the hands. Once you start doing this and this kind of stuff, it's just hard to hold on to. That's the confidence they need you to have to believe in the system. So get on the ground with your partner, go slow, and recognize when you start sharking, you're hurting the wrist. Last one. Compress. So you're here. Other people involved. I can give you more scenarios where he's going to have to draw the weapon. So he's going to have to draw the weapon. Now there's situations where he's going to draw the weapon. He's got to get to a greater index. I'm too close right now. So as he extends his index and he goes for his weapon, look what he's doing. Now these are things you don't have to teach beginners. Come back. That would be ideal. And everybody here can do it. Go ahead. Look. So when he goes for his weapon, if I keep coming, he can kick with that leg too. And he can push away with that leg. Now he's doing all the stuff he's done before. Even if he doesn't use that, go ahead and grab the wrist. Even if he doesn't use that kick to the bicep, he can just kick both legs back and release my hands. And now he's looking back to his frames. If I contacted him, there'd be weight in, he could extend up, bridge. Yep. Clear, right? All the stuff we've done. So I want you to start from here. And then from here, you have to justify using the weapon. Now, he can go to a regular guard and off balance and go to scissor. Now I'm off balance, try to sweep me. Now I'm here, and now you can start looking for the weapon. So you can play. So your foot in the hip kick now, next. Compressed, foot in the hip, you ready to have it? Push me away a little bit, kick me in the face, and I go with my hands. Boom. Now he can go to index. So we're just making it more combative, we're just giving you little scenarios that you don't have to pressure test right now. All right, try that. You got foot in the hip kick, you got foot in the hip. So he just got mount off a scissor sweep. And he does the same thing he did in the guard. He presents the gun to shoot him. Now he's got the gun now you're in another mess.
So even extending way up here, he still has a chance to affect my balance, reach up, right? So we're working just the same way we would to get that arm wrap back from now, right? So I'm clearing that arm, whatever I need to do, there's my shot here, right?
That makes sense? It's the same thing in the Marty Joe. So if I did a scissor sweep instead, so you got to put him in, you're in here, you decide to go here. If I drop and I go flat and then I pop out, now reach. That's it. So that's it. Again, these are just mobility drills to give you platform. Right? So on this one, control my arm. But on this one, when I'm doing this, bring your knee over my bicep and then pin. That's it. That's it. Yep. So again, I'm giving you the foundations, but
yeah.
Let me go here.
That's it.
In this fight, we're struggling. We get that sweep, we come up on top, we're in mount, we're in a position of control. Do I have the shot? Right? That's something that you're gonna have to answer for yourself with all the circumstances, everything that's going on. Are you wounded? Are there multiple attackers? Otherwise, you're probably not authorized for that shot. I mean, I get it up in mount and I have control. I go to knee ride and I'm here. It's a cool looking shot. It's very John Wick, but am I authorized? Am I gonna get tried for this? So we talked about just scenario based, and it's something that I encourage you guys to do it with your team, do it in your own head. Am I bleeding out? Did I already take a shot? Like I'm wounded, I'm injured, I don't know how many more people are coming, I don't know what's going on, I don't know how much longer I can last with this guy. Okay, maybe you're authorized there. Multiple attackers, you have an officer already down, the situation warrants, that's gonna be stuff, that's why they pay us the big bucks, right? To make those split-second decisions based on incomplete information and in an adrenal state. That's something you're gonna have to decide on your own, each individual person, but it's on you guys as the trainers to put that out there. Because if we constantly train, all right, you got this cool sweep, you're on top of them, you can draw your gun or pull your knife and, in the fight, and that's something that could come back and you have to own that stuff. So that's just something to think about.
I do that already. We all know that. He's used to this.
I was just saying what Pappy was thinking.
What you do need to be cognizant where your body parts are when you take this shot. So there might be a time where, for your own safety, you look down and it has to be a contact shot. That way, the bullet's not going into your leg, it's not going into your other hand. If you're tangled up with it, you might have to come in. You have to always at least think that where that round is going, where it's going to go.
And if you take that and you think about that way, right? When it happens live, it shouldn't be the first time you saw it. It should happen in training. It should already happen in your head 1,000,000 times before you ever see it in real life. And so if it's your officer's first time to see it, that's on you too as a trainer. That should be in the warrior training, like, hey, you got to wrap your mind around this. And let's go ahead and game this to the nth degree. Let's take it all the way to the logical conclusion and work it from there. Because if they've had that in their head, they've already seen it in their head, they've already experienced it in rolling, right? We're making them give commands. And we're pointing out, look, you got on top, you had control, you pulled the gun, you took the shot, all right, were you authorized? Should that have happened? What happens next? We don't want to hobble them. We don't want to make them second guess their decision. That's why they need to see it now. That's why they need to already have it made up in their mind that with these circumstances, I'm good to go, bought and paid for. We're clear. So it's just something for you guys to think about, and as you train to put out there and work with your teams.
We're going to do teach backs. We do the same.